Taurus, I'm getting a very deep message for you, but I'm kind of struggling with it because it's clear and it's serious. However, the energy I'm picking up on, your energy, feels a little bit disconnected from this message, which kind of makes it all that more concerning because there is a warning here. And I'm not sure if you see the warning or if you've acknowledged it yet. Now, if you feel like this message as it progresses doesn't resonate with you, maybe just listen to it anyways and see if you can apply it to a previous time, or maybe the information that comes through will be useful in the future. So on the full moon, lunar eclipse, I made up these little bags for each sign, and I put some tarot cards and some charms in here, and I charged it under the full moon, and I haven't seen what's in it. And we're going to open it together today and find out. And I also pulled a rune for each sign. And the rune that I pulled for you is Issa. And this is not the easiest rune to receive. In fact, this speaks of a standstill, of a little bit of an icy period. And before I looked at what rune I pulled for you, because I didn't look at this either before, I got all these downloads that fit very well with the energy of Issa. So something may be feeling frozen, okay? And you may feel the desire to break the ice, or maybe somebody wants to break the ice with you. Issa's an energy about silence as well. And this silence is a opportunity for you to quiet your mind and quiet your energy so that you can really hear what's coming from within. So there may be a lot of, I'm hearing cacophony, lots of voices or noise around you, lots of different opinions, or maybe literally there's always noise happening. And I purposefully chose not to put on the music for your reading because it feels like this silence is needed. It's warranted because something from within you is speaking to you. Now, this fits perfectly with what I got in meditation, because in meditation, I got one more time. I heard one more time, like, you know, the song, one more time. I don't know, that song. I heard that. And then I asked Spirit, one more time for what? And then I got for the bell to toll. And then when Issa came through, I realized that this bell tolling is what you need to hear from within you. Your soul is tolling a bell. Now, when a bell tolls, or the batteries beep, it can signify different things, right? It can be a call to service, a call to awaken. It's a notification of some sort. Or it can signify that there's been a loss, a death, something to mourn. And I feel like it's more in that energy with the Issa rune coming out. So it's almost like there's a one more time for the bell to toll for something, and I'm feeling it in my chest. It's like this anxious energy almost to mourn something. Okay. Now, I don't feel like you're in the energy of mourning. I don't feel your heaviness. So it could be because you haven't connected with it consciously, or maybe something else is happening that I haven't gotten to yet. We're going to pull out cards and see what else comes through. We could be talking about someone else's energy you're connected to. But there's something going on here where you need to listen to a feeling of mourning that's coming from within you, or a bell that's tolling, telling you that something is at its end, the end of some kind of painful cycle. Then I got this very interesting diagram here. And I wrote, the bell tolling is marking the passage of time. And then there's something cyclical here. So this cycle that's ending, it's been going on for a long time. Okay, there's been different levels to it, different stages. And when I drew this, I drew the arrows moving counterclockwise. So it feels like whatever we're talking about, this energy that's coming to a close, that's freezing over, and and entering into the stage of death, like the tarot card, like transformation, but also an ending, is moving through timelines. You could be closing something out from the past, like a long ago past that is now closing out. Okay, and it needed some space before the final bell could toll. Then I also got nightshade, like a flower. There's something alluring, but also deceptive. And this feels like you may need to control yourself emotionally. You may feel this urge to do something, to break the ice, to melt the ice, to get away from the ice, to get closer to the fire, right? To warm yourself up. But this ice, as difficult as it is, the energy of Issa, it's there for you to really come to a moment of stillness so that you can understand what your soul has been trying to say to you, or is not trying, but is saying to you, okay? So we're going to get in further and see what else comes through. I also got this image of dark berries. Maybe that's just a synchronicity for you. Let's see. Okay, so there's like a temptation here I'm feeling, a temptation to move towards something, but your soul is saying it's time to bring the final bell on that, bring it to an end, and like announce it almost that you're bringing it to an end, maybe to yourself. Okay, but at the same time, there's this feeling like you need to do something. Okay, let's see, Taurus. Complicated energy. And I chose this bag for you with this beautiful snake coming up, which is about rebirth. And so there is something that has persisted for quite some time, and you've been slowly climbing out of this energy. Right. And it feels like this is the maybe hardest part, but it might not actually feel like it. It's like you've moved past some kind of suffering, and now it's time to fully release or fully accept what is. Okay? So this could be a very specific message. It may not resonate for all. We're going to see. Let's see your tarot cards. The Wheel of Fortune, change, cycle, cyclical, marking the passage of time. So this is fate. And Issa is connected to other runes that signify fate. Problem. Doubt. And what's this? Metamorphosis. Embrace your evolution. Okay, this is clear then. So whatever this is that's coming to an end, that you're tolling the bell on, it has created a little bit of a problem for you. And the problem is to do with some kind of doubt you have around it. Maybe you don't fully trust some conclusion you've come to. Or you don't trust somebody involved in this situation. Okay? And it's time for, I feel, for the real resolution to happen. Okay? We're going to get further in and see what that's all about. But this is part of your growth and your change. Let's see what else is in here. Ooh, this blue rock. I don't know what it is. Maybe labradorite. Labradorite, is that how you say it? In its raw form. But blue signifies the throat chakra in its raw form. Right, your voice, your inner voice. The silence is here for you so that you can hear your raw inner voice, your raw truth. You need to control your emotions a little bit at this time. Okay? Because they could be pushing you in directions that may be setting you up for something even dangerous, okay? Or not worth your time. Oh, look at this, a clock. It looks like a Dali clock, like it's melting. Marking the passage of time. These readings with these bags that I made up have been so powerful. And all the cards just seem to keep confirming each other. It's pretty cool. Okay, so, oh, wow. This is cool too. We have the number 6. And if you look on this clock, it's like around 6. It's coming time. The time is coming. 6. So this could be about 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days. I'm hearing don't turn it upside down and make it 9. Okay, so you could feel like you maybe want to prolong something. 1111, which looks like Issa, right? Okay, a dragonfly with this metamorphosis over here. These wings moving in a new direction. What else do we have? Oh, this little black skull. There's that death energy I'm feeling. Right on. A hummingbird, which is a pollinator, but also more wings. We have a butterfly, a dragonfly, and a hummingbird. These are like fast flying spirits, right? It's time. The time has come. And then the letter D. Okay. Anything else in here? Yep, there's a couple more. This bow, pink bow. There's a gift embedded in this. Under the frozen ice of the situation, like this standstill energy, or this death energy, this mourning energy, there's a gift. And the ice will melt. You know, the music will return. The birds will chirp again. And the gift will be there. But you can't prolong it. You can't. It's kind of a paradox, right? Because it's like Spirit's saying it's a standstill, okay? Something is frozen, but hurry up and accept it now. Like, you know, it's like inertia, like not being able to move, but then needing to resolve this now, okay? We have a half moon as well, or a crescent moon, I should say. Okay, let's get further in for you, Taurus, and see what's going on. One more time for the bell to toll. Cycles. Something is alluring but deceptive. Moving through timelines. Oh, I also wrote down that it would help you to see in the dark. I don't mean literally. I mean keeping your self-awareness when things are muddled and where emotions are intense, and stay self-aware of your own reactions and desires. Okay? It feels almost like you are inching towards something you shouldn't, an icy cliff. You know, but you can pull yourself back, but you just have to be aware that there's actually ice underneath your feet and it's easy to slip when you don't intend to. Okay? So let's see. Taurus. I don't know how to say this. Kalalich. What wisdom are you gathering? Spell it out phonetically in the comments if you know how to pronounce this. This goat, though, it's a very dark card to me. What wisdom are you gathering? And the well. Where lies the source? Where lies the source? This is a very kind of existential, self-reflective energy that Spirit wants you to step into. You hold this wisdom within you. That's where the source lies. The source of your wisdom is within you in this well. But there's been too much noise. I'm hearing provocation. Maybe someone's been pushing your buttons or provoking you in some way, even energetically. And you really have to listen to yourself. this raw truth that's coming out for you to hear. Okay. Let's see. You could get an invitation, and you have to really think about what this means to you on a soul level, as well as like actually in the 3D. Because it feels almost like you could get an invite or hear from someone, and it's just like, oh, well, you know, it's casual, or, you know, you don't put much thought into it, or, you know, like, I don't know about this, but let's just see anyways. That's not the right approach to take. This is a slippery situation, okay? Even if it doesn't seem like it. Self-awareness and listening to that inner voice, that inner wisdom that's deep within you is necessary. You have a choice to make here. You're at a choice point where it's coming up. Where lies the source of the wisdom you are gathering? Should be from your soul, your higher self. Okay, let's see. Tell me more about Taurus, Spirit. Thank you. The diviner, divine timing, evaluation. Exactly. That's the Wheel of Fortune and what I'm saying about self-awareness. Taurus as the diviner, right? In order to divine, divination, or be at one with spirit, or receive messages from your higher self, from your soul, you need to evaluate and discern what is for your highest good and what is not. There's also a key piece about timing, right? Marking the passage of time. And I feel like you have been marking the passage of time. And then we have the thief, seizing the moment, and selfishness. Exactly. It's like this shadow aspect of yourself might want to seize some moment, right? Like it feels like now's the time to break the ice, or now's the time to emotionally react, or I'm going to seize this opportunity and just go with it and see what happens. But Spirit's saying now's the time to evaluate, and in that evaluation come to a definitive conclusion that something has had its last bell tolled. I hope this makes sense. The thief, selfishness. Okay, so there's something that your ego could really want, but your soul is saying, no, we're past that. That's not useful. That's just an ego desire. That's maybe coming from a place of lack. And we need to remember why we brought something to an end. And it could be your ego saying, just one more time. I just want to do this one more time. Okay, so be careful of the inner thief, you know, the shadow aspect. Now, of course, we could also be, I asked about you, so I'm taking it as an aspect of yourself. But this could also involve somebody who is trying to seize your moment, maybe consciously or unconsciously. And oftentimes when we have a shadow aspect within ourselves, it gets reflected in the world outside of us, as within, so without. So your inner thief might find an outer thief that fits the bill to do the bidding of your shadow. Get it? So yes, be very aware of this. Where is this drive coming from? To connect with someone, to go forward with a certain project, to commit yourself somewhere, even though intuitively and even soulfully, you know that that cycle needs to end. Okay? So let's find out what's supporting you and what's challenging you. Let's see your support. You are very powerful. So where you put your attention and your focus is where your energy flows to. Okay? And I feel like this cold, icy force from spirit trying to freeze your energy so it doesn't go there. Okay? And things might have felt like they were at a standstill, and now there's a breakthrough. But this particular breakthrough is not what it seems, okay? Only take this if it resonates, okay? Yeah. Let's see. What is the energy supporting you? 5 of Cups. Lamenting. Pessimism. What else is it? Regret. 5 of Cups. See, this is mourning. This is grief. And that's supporting you, right? The bell tolls and you're meant to grieve. And you're at the last stage of the grief, of whatever this is. Grief for a life you didn't live. Grief for an old love that you still have feelings for. Grief for an aspect of yourself that you've let go. I don't know, grief for a friendship, a family member, whatever it is, a job that you don't have, whatever. The last stage of grief. And you're at a turning point here. Okay? And I feel like there may be doubts that you have that this is the finale, or this is the last stage, or that you are at a turning point. And it feels like that doubt you have is driving this shadow aspect, this thief who wants to take away the closure that your soul is offering to you. Whoa, Taurus. Okay, let's see the energy supporting you. Energy supporting, I said? Okay, let's get another one then. Energy supporting Taurus. One more. Rite of passage, 6 of Needles. We got a lot here. I'm just going to take the Rite of Passage, but we also got the 4 of Swords. We have the Empress in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in the upright, Mastery. And this card says dependence and unpredictable. So you've mastered some pattern of yours. You've broken it. You know, you've mastered it. You've understood where you get dependent, maybe on others or maybe on things or ideas that create some kind of unpredictability in your life that does not serve you. Okay? Chaos. So I feel like, anyways, you're breaking that pattern. It's a rite of passage for you, this grief. And this time, 6 of Needles, you're moving towards safety. You're overcoming a very difficult energy that you've been working with and through. So let's see the challenge. I mean, that already sounds challenging, but you are at the end of it. So let's see the challenge. Judgment in reverse. Oh my goodness. It's a self-doubt on it. See? Yeah. Self-doubt, resistance, indecision. So what's going on, Taurus? I'm a Taurus too. So let's get down to it. Let's figure it out. Self-doubt. What are you doubtful about? Spirit, can you help us get some clarity here? What is Taurus doubtful about? Where is this doubt being placed? Betrayal, 7 of Swords. Ooh, and then what else is here? Imprisonment, 8 of Swords, and 9 of Swords. 7, 8, 9 of Swords? How could you doubt this energy? Well, the doubting can put you in this energy, but there's been a betrayal. Hopelessness with the 9 of Swords, anxiety. And on this one with imprisonment, it says self-victim. Whoa. Okay, so there's been a betrayal, but there's doubt that you have around the situation. Now, I'm not saying that you're doubting the betrayal itself, but there is something here that is has become a problem when it comes to closing this out. And on this card it says cunning. You know, I just came across a reading that I did a long time ago. Actually, it was about last week that I came across it, and I listened to it. And I forget who it was for. May have been Taurus, I don't know. But in it, I said something that I'm reminded of now, and that is that sometimes when things aren't going our way in life, or there's nothing on the docket, nothing on the horizon, nothing coming up for us that we're excited about, and we start to feel hopeless, we can find ourselves going back into our memory and into old energy fields to dig through old problems. It's almost like a kind of boredom or not knowing where to direct our energy. We know we don't feel good because there's nothing super exciting happening. So we go backwards into an old energy and place that not feeling good on that energy and start digging through that. And I'm feeling a little bit of that here. There may be something you're dissatisfied with in your present moment, something at work, something in your relationship, something with school. School, wow, I never say that, okay. Something with a friend, and there's something here that is displeasing, that you don't quite like. It's making you feel weird and maybe a little anxious. And instead of directly dealing with that, it's like, okay, let me think about that other betrayal, that other issue, and I'll put that feeling that I have now over there because it makes sense over there. Does that resonate? Because I feel like some of that is happening for many of you here. And then there's something going on where, like, when you go back into that past and you start digging around, you start to doubt things. Your memories maybe change. You know, we never remember something exactly as it occurred. We always add more information, more narrative, more understanding, which can be a healing thing too. But when we're complex, like the 8 and 9 of Swords, we can start adding things in that weren't there or see hope when there isn't any. Wow. Okay. This is a moment in time where you are going to be released from something that's been a problem and has been trapping you and keeping you in some kind of energy of self-doubt. But you have to listen to that death energy, to that bell, okay? You have to listen to it. It's, you know, it doesn't sound like this. It's more ominous sounding. It's in the energy of grief. Maybe you should listen to that. Find a clip somewhere on YouTube or that has that noise. Because it's time for the grief to come to a close. And I believe the last stage of grief, I may be wrong, but is acceptance. Okay? All right, let's see. Let's see the tarot Taurus. And then we got all this beautiful metamorphosis energy here. Embrace your evolution. You have changed significantly. And I feel that betrayal energy is old. It's connected to a past you, a past experience, a past self. Maybe that's the part of you you need to say goodbye to and grieve, the part of you that was betrayed. Perhaps that's what you're holding on to. You're fearful of being betrayed again, so you keep that old self very present so that it doesn't happen again. You know, you keep the wound fresh so that anytime someone comes near it, you're like, oh, no, I remember that. I got to protect that. Instead of letting it heal. Your overall energy, Queen of Swords. Oh, I love this. I love this so much because she's looking within here. You know, typically we see the Queen of Swords being like, you tell me the truth now. I know the truth, you know the truth, you speak it. But here she's like, what is my truth? What is my truth? What is my throat chakra burning for? I'm hearing. What is it burning for? Raw. There's something raw here, a raw truth. And that's your current energy. And you're ready for the acceptance. You're ready for the truth. This feels very heavy, but also at the same time, very positive. Becoming self-aware. Hear what's coming from within you. Okay. Let's see. What is Taurus not seeing coming? The sun. The ice will melt, right? So you become self-aware. You go within. You bring it something to a standstill and you reflect and you let it die. You let it come to an end and you grieve it. And then the wheel turns and the sun comes out. The ice melts. And that water gives you nourishment. If it waters the seeds you've planted, gives you life force, energy, new love, I'm hearing new laughter in your life. So this is a very turbulent time where you're kind of dealing with paradoxical energies in a lot of ways. An energy that's telling you to stand still, but also do something now. And you're feeling like maybe I should actually go ahead and do this, but I don't even know if I should. You know, it's all of that. And things don't seem so clear about the direction you should take or what's growing in your life. But Spirit's saying it's coming. The sun, it's what you don't see coming. And like all cycles, the sun will always rise. Okay? Growth will always happen. Rebirth is next. Metamorphosis. And your path becomes very clear. I'm seeing that at the center of the sun here. Your path becomes clear. You're almost there. Your opportunity, 5 of Wands. That's conflict. And for you, we're definitely speaking about inner conflict. Something your ego desires, but is not totally good for you, and something your higher self is telling you. There's a conflict between the two. And that's okay. It happens all the time. All the time. And sometimes you can work it out in an agreement between your ego and your higher self, and everybody's happy. Okay? But this is like you need to listen to your higher self, to your soul. It knows what it's talking about. Okay? So your opportunity is to address the inner conflict. Let's see the challenge. The obstacle standing in Taurus's way. 2 of Swords, that's indecision. Ego or higher self? Which mask do I want to wear? And maybe that's kind of part of it, right? You need a deeper connection or a higher connection with your higher self. It could be the case that your higher self is telling you something, and that something is also being reiterated to you through other people and their egos. Like your spirit is saying, bring this to a close. It's time. The bell is tolling. We need to accept and grieve and move on and turn the wheel and stop doubting ourselves. And you're also hearing that same message through people who are saying it, but they're saying it egoically. They're saying like, this wasn't worth it. You know, this person betrayed you, or, you know, so screw them. Why even bother thinking about them? They're living in your head rent free, you know? And so and then you might think that that voice from your higher self is ego somehow. This is so complicated, Taurus. But it would be It is for you because you feel deeply. So listen to your higher self. I feel like is the only thing I can say here. Two of Swords for the challenge, the indecision. Can I get a little bit more on this? Self-doubt. You know the way. You absolutely 100% know the way. You know what's good for you and what's bad for you. It's just a matter of whether you want to listen to it. Do you want to indulge in something that you know you shouldn't? I mean, we're Taurus, right? We always go for that second piece of cake. Am I right? Well, I do. Right? So like that's a very mundane example, but it's similar, right? Like, you know, you shouldn't, but it's going to bring you some kind of gratification or pleasure. So you feel like, oh, what's the big deal? But you're maybe even betraying yourself in that moment because you know it's not necessary. It's not part of your path. It's maybe something that's going to consume your time. Well, it's going to steal your devotion here to the divine, your own divine self. You know, it's stealing something from you, your growth. Okay, 7 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. Something's been going on for a long time here. You've had indecision about something for quite some time. Nothing's happened as well. There's been a patience, maybe even silence here, and then something starts, right? Or you think maybe I should start something up with this. Okay, let's see the advice for Taurus. Is that what I think it is? Yes. Death. Okay. Got it? I think you do. I think you do. Let it die. It's time. I'm hearing Mother Universe wants to take it back from you. This problem wants to take it away from you. Not in a thief way, but in a way where you don't need to be burdened. Like, I'm seeing her open up her universe here and saying, let me take that problem from you. It's time. Before it takes something from you. Okay. Any more guidance with the death? Imagine who you could be if you didn't have this hanging, I'm hearing, by a thread in your heart. I don't know. The world. I mean, these are the 2 major arcanas about endings. Time for a rebirth. Who would you be if you didn't have this in your energy field? You could be someone you want to be. Not that you aren't now, but you know, like, there's another aspect of you that could begin to grow. Focus. This is definitely self-awareness. Focus on yourself. Self-control. Self-aware. What is it that your little inner baby, forget your inner child, what is it that your inner baby is really desiring right now? Safety, comfort, love, affection, nourishment. And how can you give that to your inner infant in a way that is safe and protected and measured, where you use discernment and you evaluate the situation? Okay? Because that inner baby is there and it wants to grow. It wants to grow into a new aspect of you. So let's see the outcome. I'm also going to do an extended reading. In the extend, we're going to go a layer deeper. I have a feeling we're going to get much more specific about what's going on here. There's less of you there, so that tends to happen. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description box below. If you don't like that idea, if you're like WTF, then just trust Spirit already knew you were not going to go to an extended and gave you all the information you in particular needed. Okay? So let's see the outcome for Taurus. What's the outcome here, Spirit? 6 of Wands. Well, take a bow. Victory. So you do it. It's hard, but you do it. So don't doubt yourself. You can handle this. And you can get that self-control and understand what's going on within you, that conflict you have. And take a bow, because you have been very victorious and you're going to continue to be victorious. And the victory here is doing what's best for your highest good, which ultimately is for the highest good of all then. Okay, Taurus? So there's a victory at the end of this. The wheel is turning. All right. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.